Okay, hello, precious one. I welcome you once again in the Kenya Mathematics classroom. And today we are going to solve questions, past questions on matrices and linear transformations. We are going to solve some few questions, past questions on matrices and linear transformations in general. On matrices and linear transformations in general. Now, let's look at the question. This is how the question goes. Uh, Two linear transformations in the xy plane are given by, so I'll not write the whole question on the board. So these are the transformations. X, Y, this maps to, we have 2x minus y, then we have x minus 3y, then we have t, we are also giving t, this maps to, we have x minus y. Okay, now the A part of the question. So this is our question one. The A part of the question, you have to write down the matrices S and T. So write down the matrices. So the matrix S is a question mark, matrix T is a question mark. Okay, we have to write down the matrix S and T. These are the transformations we are given, and we have to write down the matrix. Okay, now the B part, find the image of the point 1, 2. The image, that means the image is our question mark of the point, and we are giving the point 1, 2 under S. Under S. That means you are supposed to use, under S means you are supposed to use the matrix X. Okay, now the C part of the question. What is the image of the point 0, 3? What is the image? Okay, so now the image is also a question mark. What is the image of the point 0, 3? That means we are given the point 0, 3. If it is first transformed by t followed by s. Okay, so this is transformed by t followed by s. Okay. Then the D part of the question. If s takes the point xy into the image 2, 3. Okay, if S, that's if matrix S takes the point, okay, so it takes the point, now the point is XY into the image, so we are given the image, and that is 2 minus 3. So we have to find the values of X and Y. Okay, so X is question mark, Y is question mark. Okay, so this is the question. This is the question. Now we are given the transformations S and T, and we are asked to write down the matrices S and the matrix T. Then the B part, the image is question mark, but we are given the point. We have to find the image, if there is a point, under the matrix S, and there is a matrix S. Okay. Now the C part, we have to find the image. So the image is question mark, you can see it here. So we have to find the image. We are given the point 0, 3, transformed by T followed by S, and this is a composition of matrices. So we will look at that. And now the D part, if S takes the point xy into the image 2 minus 3, find the values of x and the value of y. Okay, so this is the question. So now let's look at how best we can solve this question. The A part, we have to find the matrix. Now I told you that when you are given the linear transformation, the comma separates the first row from the second row. Now the matrix S can be written as coefficient of the x term here is 2, so the first element is 2. Y term here is minus 1. You can see that after the comma, coefficient of the x term here is 1. That of the y term here is minus 3. So that will be our matrix S. Now our matrix T, let's see how best you can also get that. Now before the comma, the only term we have is x term, and the coefficient is 1. So the first term is 1. Because there is no y term before the comma, that will be 0. Then after the comma, there is no x term, and so we are going to get 0. And the y term, the coefficient is minus 1. So we have minus 1. So that answers the first part of the question. We have to find S and T. So now these are matrix S and these are matrix T. So we are done with that. Now, the B part of the question. We have to find the image given the point 1, 2 under S. Under S. So we are using the matrix S, and the matrix S is 2 minus 1, 1 minus 3. And we are given the point. And the point is 1, 2. And we have to find the image. We have to find the image. So we can say that let the image be. Okay, so it can be AB. Let the image be AB. Now you know that when you multiply your matrix by the point, you are getting the image. So the matrix now is 2 minus 1. We have 1 minus 3. And the point has been given to be 1, 2. So we are going to equate it to AB because we said that the image should be AB. Now we are multiplying the 2 by 2 matrix by the column matrix. So how do you multiply? 2 times 1 will give us 2 plus minus 1 times 2, and this will give us minus 2. The 1 times 1 is 1 plus minus 3 times 2 give us minus 6. Okay, so this should be equal to AB. Now let's simplify. We have 2 plus minus 2, and this should be 2 minus 2, and that's 0. Then we have 1 plus minus 6, that will be 1 minus 6, and that is minus 5. And this is AB. So it means that the image, we said that the image should be AB. Now A is 0, B is minus 5. So AB, that means we have 0 minus 5. And this is the image. Now I guess you understand that. Okay, so that would be, that's the solution for the B part. I advise that you pause the video, you look at it, you take the video back so that you understand where we started from and where we have gotten to. Now we are done with the A and the B. Now we are now on the C. Now with the C, we are asked to find the image. That's why the image is question mark here. So we have to find the image, and the point is 0, 3. So we have to find the image, and the point is 0, 3. Transformed by T followed by S. This is the most important thing. That's what you have to take note. When you say T followed by S, what's the meaning? It means ST. That's all. That means ST. Now let's look at that. So I'll get this off so that we'll be able to solve for the C part of the question. So that you'll be able to solve for the C part of the question. I advise that you get a book, you get your calculator, you get your pen, because mathematics is practical, so that you can also follow what I am doing. Now, the image is question mark. That's the C part. The image is question mark. That means that's what you are calculating for, but you are giving the point, and the point is 0, 3. Transformed by T followed by S. So T followed by S is the same as S of T, and this is the same as ST. Take note, matrix multiplication is not commutative. And so instead of ST, if you write TS, it will be wrong. Because we are now going to multiply the matrix ST by the point to get our image. Take note, that's the language of composite matrix. So we have T followed by S. This is given by S of T, and this is the same as ST. Now, ST means we are multiplying matrix S by matrix T. And matrix S gave us, if you remember, we had 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1, then we have 1 minus 3, 1 minus 3. And the matrix T gave us 1, 0, then we had 0 minus 1. Okay, so you can take the video back so that you understand what is happening here. So ST equals that. Now we are going to multiply this by that. And with the multiplication of matrices, I guess you understand that. So we have 2 times 1 plus minus 1 times 0. So 2 times 1 will give us 2 plus minus 1 times 0 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0 plus minus 1 times minus 1 will give us plus 1. Then 1 times 1 will give us 1 plus minus 3 times 0 will give us 0. 1 times 0 is 0 plus minus 3 times minus 1 will give us plus 3. And this is equal to 2 plus 0 is 2, 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 0 is 1, 0 plus 3 is 3. So this is the matrix ST. This is the matrix ST. And don't forget that we are given the point to be 0, 3. We have to find the image. So we can say that let the image be AB. Okay, so we now multiply 2, 1, 1, 3, by the point, and the point is 0, 3. Then we equate to the image, and the image now is b. So let's multiply. Now 2 times 0 will give us 0, plus 1 times 3 will give us 3. 1 times 0 will give us 0, plus 3 times 3 will give us 9. And this will be equal to AB. And this will be equal to AB. So 0 plus 3 will give us 3 here. Then 0 plus 9 will give us 9 here. This will be equal to AB. So A is 3, B is 9. But in the image form, we have 3, 9. And that is the image. We have 3, 9. So this is the image. Don't forget, this is the most important thing. It's a T followed by S. You are given the point and you have to find the image. But we were told that it is transformed by T followed by S. And T followed by S is S of T. And this is equal to ST. Take note, if it was S followed by T, then it would have been T of S. And that would have been equal to TS. But the question says T followed by S. And so this is S of T. And this is equal to ST. So I guess you can see that this is T being followed by S. This is T being followed by S. So that's the language of composite matrices. So we take note of that. Now we are left with the D part. So we are done with the C part and we are left with the D part. Now with the D, we are asked to find that if S takes the point XY, if S takes the point XY, this is the image and you have to find X and Y. Okay, so let's see how best we can also solve that. I guess you understand this. I would advise that you pause the video, you look at it, you get your own book, the calculator, your pen, so that you can also do the calculations in your book, so that you can understand it, because mathematics is practical. So that will be all for the C. Now I want to get this off so that I will be able to solve the last part. That's the D part of the question. That's the D part of the question. That's the D part of the question. Okay, so now I want to solve the D part of the question. With the D part, if S takes the point, if S takes the point, so it means that still we need the matrix S. 2 minus 1, then 1 minus 3, 1 minus 3. That's the matrix S. So if S takes the point XY, so the point is now XY from the question. We are given the point to be XY. And the image is 2 minus 3. So the image is 2 minus 3. Okay, so if you have to find the point, you know that when you multiply the matrix 2 minus 1, 1 minus 3 by the point, and the point is XY, is equal to the image. That is 2 minus 3. Okay, so we multiply. Now we have 2 times X, that is 2X, plus minus 1 times Y is minus Y. 1 times X give us X, plus minus 3 times Y is minus 3Y. And this will be equal to 2 minus 3. Okay, so we simplify. 2X here, then plus, the coefficient here is 1. So 1 times minus Y will be minus Y. Then we have X plus, the coefficient here is still 1. 1 times minus 3Y will be minus 3Y. So this should be minus 3Y. And this will be equal to 2 minus 3. So this is equality of matrices. So you equate the corresponding entries. So we have 2X minus Y equated to the first element 2. And this will be equation 1. Then we have X minus 3Y equated to minus 3. And this will be equation 2. So we are now going to solve the two equations simultaneously. And in doing that, I'll be using the elimination approach to solve for that. Now, with the elimination approach, I'll multiply equation 2 by 2. Now, when you refer to my videos on simultaneous equation, you know the reason why I'm multiplying the second equation by 2. So, I'll multiply all the terms. So, 2 times X will be 2X minus 2 times minus 3Y will be minus 6Y. And 2 times minus 3 will be minus 6. This will now be equation 3. So, I'm now going to solve equation 1 and equation 3 simultaneously. And now I will subtract one equation from the other. So let's say equation 3 minus equation 1. This means you are taking 1 from 3. Take note. So we are taking all the terms in equation 1 from 3. So we are going to have 2x from 2x, and that will be off. Then we have minus 6y minus, don't forget that this is also minus y. Okay, then this should be equal to, now let me bring it here so that you can get it. Let me take this off and solve it here so that you can understand what is really happening. What is really happening. Okay, so now we are saying we have equation 1 is 2x minus y equals 2. That's equation 1. We have multiplied equation 2 by 2 and we have equation 3. So we have 2x minus 6y equals minus 6. And this is equation 3. So we are saying that equation 3 minus equation 1. That means we are taking 1 from 3. So we have 2x minus 2x. Then plus, we have minus 6y minus, already this is minus y. Equals, this is minus 6 minus, then we have minus 2. Okay. So we are taking this from this from that, and this from this. So this is gone. Now here we have minus 6y. The coefficient here is minus 1. Minus 1 times minus y will give us plus y. So we have plus y is equal to minus 6 minus 2 is minus 8. And minus 6y plus y will give us minus 5y. This is equal to minus 8. Take note that we are making y the subject. So we divide here by minus 5, and this is gone. And y will give us 8 on 5. The negative will cancel themselves. So we are left with 8 on 5. That is the value of x. Then we now take the value of, that's the value of y. So we now take the value of y into any of the equations so that we'll be able to find the value of x. And now from equation 1, we have 2x minus y. And y is now 8 on 5. And this is equal to 2. So now to simplify this, we can multiply through by 5. When you also refer to my videos on equations and inequalities, you understand the reason why we are multiplying through by 5, to make the equation simple. So multiplying through by 5, that means 5 will multiply 2x here. Then 8 on 5 also multiply 5. Then we also multiply 2 by 5. Whatever you are doing to a term, you have to do the same to all the terms. Whatever you are doing to a term, you have to do it to all the terms. So take note of that. Now, 5 times 2x will give us 10x here. Then 5 will cancel this 5. Then you are left with minus 8 here. So we have minus 8 here is equal to, then 2 times 5 will give us 10. So we have 10 here. Now, if you have 10x here, we have 10 on the right hand side. The minus 8 becomes plus 8. It's the same as adding 8 to the left hand side and adding 8 to the right hand side. Now when you add 8 to the left hand side, minus 8 plus 8 will be 0. And we are left with 10x. And we have 10 plus the 8. So we have 10x is equal to 18. Now, if you have 10x is equal to 18 and you are solving for x, you divide by 10, you divide by 10, this is gone. And x will be equal to, now 2 here, 9, 2 here, 5. That means that x will be equal to 9 on 5. Don't forget that y gave us 8 on 5. Y gave us 8 on 5. So the value of x is 9 on 5 and the value of y is 8 on 5. So that will be all. That will be all for now on this particular episode. Thank you.